My name is Lucy, and I wanted a kitten more than anything in the whole wide world. Every night, I would close my eyes and dream of a tiny, fluffy friend. I imagined it would have soft fur, maybe orange like a little tiger or white like a snowball. We would play all day long with a ball of yarn. I would build a small house for it out of a cardboard box and a soft blanket. The kitten would purr when I held it, a rumbling sound that would make me feel warm and happy inside. I thought a kitten would be the very best friend a girl could ever have. I drew pictures of my dream kitten in my notebook. I used all my best crayons to color them. Sometimes the kitten was sleeping on a sunny windowsill. Other times, it was chasing a little toy mouse across the floor. I showed my drawings to my teddy bear, Mr. Snuggles. "Look," I would whisper to him, holding up a picture of a kitten with big green eyes. "Isn't he perfect?" We would take such good care of him. I had a name picked out already. I would call him Patches if he had spots, or Shadow if he was all black. My favorite thing to do was to look at the pet shop window on Main Street. On our way back from the market, I would press my nose against the cool glass. Inside, tiny kittens would be tumbling over each other in a cozy pen. They were so full of life and fun. They would bat at each other with their little paws and then curl up together for a nap. I would stand there for a long time, just watching them, my heart feeling a little ache because I wanted one so much. I would imagine picking one up and feeling its tiny heart beat against my hand. I talked about kittens all the time. At breakfast, I would tell my parents about my kitten dreams. My kitten would like milk, just like I do, I would say, and we could share my toast. At dinner, I would ask, "Do you think kittens like carrots?" I read every book about cats in the school library. I knew how to feed them, how to brush their fur, and how to make them feel loved. I was ready. I was the most prepared future kitten owner in the entire universe. All I needed was the kitten.
Lucy's heart was set on having a kitten, and she dreamed about it every single day. Her imagination was filled with soft purrs, playful paws, and the hope of a new best friend.
One evening, I asked my mother while she was knitting. "Mama," I said in a small voice, "could we please get a kitten? I would do all my chores without you even asking. I would even clean my room every single day."
Oh, my sweet Lucy, I know how much you want one. A kitten would fill our home with so much joy, but a little pet needs many things. A kitten needs special food to grow big and strong, not just our leftovers, my dear. It needs to see a doctor sometimes, just like you do, to make sure it stays healthy. Those things cost money, and right now we must be very careful with every penny we have.
Lucy's mother pointed to the jar on the shelf where they kept the money for food and bills. It was not very full. Lucy understood, but her heart still felt heavy. Her mother wasn't saying no to be mean, she was just telling the truth.
Later, I talked to my father. He was sitting in his big chair reading the newspaper. His hands were rough from working hard all day. "Papa?" I asked, leaning against the arm of his chair.
What is it, my little songbird?
"I could help you in the garden to earn money for it."
Lucy, that is a wonderful idea, and I'm so proud of you for thinking of it. But right now, every little bit we have must go toward keeping our family warm and fed. It breaks my heart to say no to you. A good home for a pet is one that has more than just love. It also needs to have enough to provide for it. We will have a kitten one day, I promise you, when things are a little bit better for us.
Lucy listened to her parents' gentle words, holding on to their promise for the future. Weeks went by, and summer came to their little town. The days grew long and sunny. Lucy still dreamed of her kitten, but she tried not to ask her parents about it anymore. She knew it made them sad that they couldn't give her what she wished for most.
One afternoon, a big storm rolled in. The sky turned dark gray, and the rain came down in big, splashing sheets. Thunder rumbled loudly, and flashes of lightning lit up the whole sky. I sat by the window, watching the raindrops race each other down the glass, feeling a little bit gloomy like the weather outside.
The storm lasted for a long time, but then, just as quickly as it started, it stopped. The sun came out from behind the clouds, making everything sparkle and look fresh and clean. A beautiful rainbow stretched across the sky.
Lucy, come look!
I went to the front door where she was standing. She had a curious look on her face. I stood very still and listened hard. Over the sound of dripping water from the trees, I heard a tiny, faint sound. It sounded like a little cry. Mew, mew, it went. My heart started to beat very fast. "What is that?" I whispered.
Lucy's father came to the door too. He opened it slowly, and they all looked down at the doorstep. There, sitting right on their welcome mat, was a small, soggy cardboard box. The sound was coming from inside it.
Well, what do we have here?
He lifted the box and brought it inside, out of the puddles. Lucy peeked over the edge, her eyes wide with wonder. Curled up on an old towel inside was the tiniest kitten she had ever seen. It was a little ball of black and white fur, shivering and wet from the rain. It looked up at them with big, scared blue eyes and let out another little mew. It was so small and looked so lonely. It seemed the storm had brought them a tiny, unexpected visitor right to their front door.
Oh, you poor little thing. You must be so frightened and hungry.
Lucy's mother quickly found a warm, dry towel and gently wrapped the little kitten in it. She held it close to keep it warm. Lucy's father went to the kitchen and came back with a small saucer of milk. He put it on the floor, and her mother set the kitten down beside it. At first, the kitten was too scared to move. Then, it slowly crept forward and started to lap up the milk with its tiny pink tongue. They all watched, their hearts melting. The kitten was so hungry. When it finished the milk, it looked up at Lucy and gave a little purr. It was the best sound she had ever heard.
I slowly reached out my hand, and the kitten sniffed my fingers. Then it rubbed its little head against my hand. It was not scared of me at all.
Lucy's father looked at her mother, and they both looked at Lucy. Her face was full of so much happiness that she thought she might burst. There were tears in her eyes, but they were happy tears.
Well, Lucy, it seems this little one has no home. The storm must have scared it away from its mother. I think it needs a family to take care of it.
It wouldn't be right to turn it away. Sometimes when you need something the most, the world finds a way to bring it to you. This little one needs us, and maybe we need it too.
I couldn't believe it. It was happening. My dream was coming true. I carefully scooped up the little kitten and held it in my arms. It snuggled into my shirt and started to purr loudly, a rumbling motor of happiness. It felt so right.
They decided to name him Lucky because they were so lucky that the storm had brought him to them. He was Lucy's very own kitten. She knew she would love him and take the best care of him forever. Her home was finally complete, all thanks to a rainy day and a little bit of luck.